Been about 2.5, I guess, because Mother had little Fred was the baby, so Father took me out to the barn in the winter. And of course I was glad to go out to the barn, imagine 2.5. And because I looked forward to having a ride on the manure boat.
On the manure boat?
Yeah, it was just a drag that he loaded up with manure, and then he'd pull it out to the manure pile. So I would look forward to
I didn't know anything
following
about that.
out. I'd look forward to following out, and once he had unloaded the manure, then turn around and go back to the barn. So I was allowed then to stand on the boat, hang on to his leg as we went back to the barn. But Father was a little bit slow getting the boat loaded, and I was waiting around, and I was caught short. So what was I to do? Well, I slipped into the chalk bin and made a deposit in my pan. Just the house. It was a house that her Charlie built for her, and that's where she lived all her life. But she and her sister May had been granted a quarter section. This was at the time of getting people on the land, so they had this 160 acres between them. They each had 80 acres, and the brothers, of course, this was out at Exo, the brothers farmed the land for her. And the brothers decided that they might as well buy the quarter from the two sisters, so she got the money from her 80 acres, and that was enough money to help build the kitchen on the back of the house. And I remember waking up in the morning, I could hear them hammering outside. I suppose they started in good time. I'd been sleeping upstairs. So I rushed to the window and looked out, and to my astonishment, they had pulled the porch away and were laying out the foundation. And so I think
there's just a porch on the back before.
Yeah, yes, the porch had been.
And now there wasn't that other room either, right? You built that on later.
Oh no, I built that on later.
So there was
many years later.
Just like
it was
3 bedrooms.
It was just the house itself, and so Edna Bamford was there helping Mother, and because Aunt May was very good about sending the daughters down to help her little sister. In fact, Laura, was it Laura? No, it was Vella who told me, because she was, the twins were the oldest, and she told me how she could remember they would come down, and they had a touring Chevrolet car that Aunt May drove, and they would come down in the summer, and she could remember leaving the farm, and her mother would always have a little cry. Her poor little sister down there in that house with all those little boys, and no running water, and no electricity, and they worried so about her little sister, because of course Aunt May was living up in the city, because Uncle Jim was on the railroad, and of course she had modern conveniences. She worried about her poor little sister down there with all those little boys. But anyway, Edna was the designated teenage helper, and she heard me stirring around. I guess they heard me stirring around because she rushed up and said, "Oh well, we'll have to get you dressed and have to get your porridge so you can go out and watch what they're doing." So she hastily served me a bowl of porridge, which I ate. I'm sure I didn't say thank you, because I wasn't much of a talker. And then I was able to go out and watch the men putting in the surface foundation, and they built the kitchen.
Well, it's quite funny with Andrew David. He's the same as you. He didn't hardly talk at all when he was little. Then all of a sudden he could talk in sentences.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, also
this Matthew, he could talk.
Yeah, just like that. Really.
And, when he was, not till he was 2.5 or 3, I guess. And then all of a sudden he started talking in sentences. And Vera said to him, "Oh, it's so nice, Matthew, that you'll talk now." And Matthew said in a very solemn way, "I wasn't going to talk because I'd say everything right."
Oh, the perfectionist gene's coming out.
Yes, right then.
of my earlier memories in the course was going to school